have a really good setup to do that. So just try to imagine what uh, you want to answer to, and I will pull some cards and just try to give a general reading, but hopefully maybe we can center this around creativity, romance, fifth house type things, romance, creativity, fun. It can involve your career, especially if you work in the creative industries. So let's just see what comes out. And I feel like these messages are meant for you whenever you see them, and they may not speak to you now. They may be referencing something that's going to happen, which seems unfamiliar. So just try to keep an open mind. And see how this can apply to you. Always use your own discernment. And so we got the Queen of Wands. It's all about creativity. I'd say she is kind of like a ruler of the fifth house. Very creative, very, I almost want to say spontaneous. That came to mind. Even though I wouldn't normally say that she's spontaneous, but I feel like when that fiery passion and creativity pops up in her, she is bound to do something spontaneous just to sort of get it out and get it from your mind onto paper and see what comes about. We also have the Princess of Cups reversed. I don't get a lot from that, so we'll move on. But could be bringing a message of some sort of creative emotional influence, or maybe you're feeling a little bit blocked because it is reversed. And also the Lovers is reversed. So I don't always read reversal. Sometimes I think the cards can just come out however they want to come out. But the Lovers can especially speak to love, and I want to say opposites here, especially with this card. Maybe merging opposites, finding the middle ground, the hybrid connectivity between two very different things. It is still a little bit dark in here, but that's okay. I know people put so much effort into lighting and making their videos and things so good, which is what I've found out since I've sort of been watching more videos that aren't mine. But I guess I'm lazy, or I just don't really care that much. But applaud those who really do put in the effort, because you can tell. And anyways, the orange and the fur really stand out to me on here. Orange and purple. Maybe those are a color combination you want to use. It's the marriage of opposites. It also talks about alchemy a little bit. Trying to listen, see if anything pops to mind. Maybe you're just really focused on love and romance at this point. It's Friday night, so maybe you're going on a date, or maybe you don't have a date, that's why it's reversed. Maybe you're feeling a little bit lack of love. Maybe give yourself some self-care. Really tap into that Queen of Wands energy, who, could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, especially Leo since we're talking about the fifth house a lot. And I feel like self-care really goes along with her. So maybe you're just going to have a night in and do some face masks, take a bath, get all your essential oils out, do things that are good for you. The Ace of Pentacles. This is some sort of brand new opportunity, golden ticket. This is something you want to grab. If they come out reverse, I'd say beware of getting some sort of a ticket, driving, or some sort of fine or bad advice. But since this came out reverse or upright, I just feel like it has something to do with being given a tidbit of advice, a nugget of information, something that can just spark something new in you. or a new feeling, some motivation, something to get you maybe up off the couch and off of Netflix and doing something a little bit new, a little bit different. Um, could be something just to get the wheels going, something put in motion. Maybe you are painting and you make a really great first stroke, paintbrush stroke, and that kind of dictates where you lay down the rest of the colors or the other strokes and the composition, and just the way that this first stroke looks is like that little gift, that little push to like put you on the right track or push you in the right direction to make the final thing really special, look really great, cohesive, all of that. So apply that to whatever you're working on or doing, and try to keep an eye out for something that could just, push you in the right direction. Let's use the Romance Angel Oracle cards since we are talking a little bit about romance, about that fifth house. Lovers came up. Let's see if this answers any questions you have. This says deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. That might have been what the Princess of Cups is about, since she was reversed. And it could be, carrying a cup. I always feel like that's bringing something to someone of some sort of emotional or almost said intellectual, but like really emotional. It's like some sort of feeling that they're giving you. I did say advice in this deception, so they could be bringing you a false sense of safety, a false sense of security. They could be giving you bad information, but because you watched this video, you are sort of on the lookout for it, and you don't just brush off something that someone says that you're like, makes you feel a little bit uneasy or a little bit, maybe brushes you the wrong way. Is that a term? Brushes you the wrong way. Just sort of something that maybe you'd be like, oh, that's kind of weird in the back of your mind, but you brush it off because you're kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Not that you shouldn't give people the benefit of the doubt, but because this card came up, deception, and we have the Princess of Cups reversed, and we could just be talking generally about advice or a spark or something that is said, given with this Ace of Pentacles, but aces are always a new beginning, so maybe this is your new start, your ability to see beyond what someone has been showing you so far, and you are able to see behind the mask. Maybe you're talking about you as well and just taking off the mask. I was talking about makeup, but maybe just, makeup that enhances, doesn't exactly cover everything, just sort of enhances what you already have. So you're not feeling like you're being deceptive in your appearance and how you're presenting yourself. Maybe it's just talking about, especially with lovers, being more authentic, trying to get someone to open up. So there is no deception. He looks a little bit surprised, like he was in the middle of a conversation and she interrupted, putting her hand on his shoulder and was like about to tell him something. He looks a little bit put off. So maybe there's some sort of abrupt or keep an open mind. Like I said in the beginning, some things that haven't happened yet might seem unfamiliar. So we always have to keep an open mind and see how things play out. So that just fell out while I was talking about the deception, maybe interrupting someone or wanting to get your say in or make sure someone doesn't get away with something. But keep an open mind to what the situation could all be about. You might be thinking that there's some deception and you interrupt them, you tap on his shoulder, see what's going on, and find out it's nothing. But maybe you've been feeling, because this is going to apply to a bunch of different people, and it could be the opposite, where you've been feeling like you've been being deceived and maybe someone's giving you false sense of self, bad advice, that kind of thing. And you keep an open mind and you find out where they're coming from, and you're able to better assess what they're all about. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, so yeah, definitely keeping an open mind, seeing how these things play out. And express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So, when you're thinking about making a move or doing something unexpected, I did say spontaneous earlier. Maybe that's you who's the Queen of Wands, or a friend or a partner, but it's asking you to keep an open mind, especially if you're like Sagittarius, mind expansion, that kind of thing, and express how you're feeling in whatever way that you want, whether it's creatively or towards another person, maybe doing something nice for them, a surprise, some sort of dinner setup, or surprising them with the tickets to their favorite concert, band, going on a trip, even just a day trip or a weekend trip, getaway, whatever it is, express your love, knowing your love language, knowing their love language, and figuring out how you can best make someone feel appreciated, loved, special, and knowing what those things are for you, so you expressing those things as well, so that they can also reciprocate, and you have this like healthy, ongoing, mutual feeling of being appreciated, of feeling loved in the way that you best feel loved. One more. This is make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. You don't have to do it, children. Just making an effort to find a sitter and have a date night and get out of the house. Just getting ready, putting yourself together, doing your makeup, getting dressed in a way that, makes you feel good and makes you feel like, if you're in a bad mood and you feel gross and you don't really feel like making the effort to, like, you're like, who wants to be around me? And, like, I'm smelly and things like that. Like, make the effort with yourself first, then it's easier to make the effort with other people. And playfulness is on the bottom. So more of this sort of like childlike playfulness, which really speaks to the 5th house. It's all about childlike energy, Leo especially, really expressing yourself, really playing whatever it is you're doing, if it's a date or if it's a creative endeavor, just allowing yourself that time to play and to experiment and to really just maybe even just get out like the things that are like on your mind. Sometimes when I have something in my mind that I want to paint, it's all I can think about. Like, as far as making a painting goes, I can't even imagine other ways of painting, or a stroke being somewhere else, or different colors, or different composition. I have this idea in my head of what it should look like, or what I want it to look like, and sometimes I just have to get it out so I can think of other things and other ways to paint and other techniques and other types of paintings. But sometimes you just have to get it out. You have to experiment. You have to just get it out of your head, play with that, see what else it can turn into. Okay. We can do a few other tarot cards. Whoa, jeez. I feel like there's just like a lot having to do with expression. I mean, it really does speak to the 5th house, expression, playfulness, childlike energy, making an effort. Because there's that quote, inspiration exists, but it has to find you working. Even I can just sort of like sit there and think, I'm thinking about what I'm going to paint. I'm meditating on it. I'm thinking it out in my head so it can go faster when I actually sit down and do it. But sometimes you just really need to be doing it. You need to be making mistakes. You need to be trying something out to see, making happy accidents, seeing what else can be, seeing if what you're thinking is actually plausible, and then you have a better direction, a better sense of what you need to do, what you want to do, and not getting a lot from that. So God, this is already 17 minutes. So let's pull from the Pixie Lenormand, my old go-tos. The heart. Well, Leo is connected to the heart, and the 5th house is all about the heart. If there was any house, it would be the 5th house. It has to do with the heart. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what it says. 24. Heart energy. It's the Jack of Hearts, which is kind of like the Princess of Cups. Hearts and cups. Card energy, positive, keywords, affection, joy, attraction, courage, feeling, emotions, flirtation, love, love affair, passion, relationships. Full meanings, card is the card of emotions and matters of the heart. Not all things here are romance. Feelings and affections for those around you come into play. Love, an emotional connection, a feeling of being in heaven or in the perfect situation. Clear, doing what you truly want to do, being appreciated and loving your job. Characteristics, qualities, a generous and caring person who's warm-hearted and good-natured. Timing, 24th of the month, dog days of summer, August. Image origins, among the most famous images from Pamela's tarot deck is the 3 of Swords, which is usually a bad connotation, meaning heartbreak. But here the heart has healed and is ready to accept the love it deserves. Under the heart is a lush garden from the Queen of Pentacles with the serene pond of water made up from the Ace of Cups, creating a wonderful, nurturing garden to grow new love. We also have Ace of Pentacles, so a lot of new beginnings. Maybe you're just meeting someone new. You could be starting a new job next week, or just trying something new this weekend. But either way, I feel like it's going to involve a lot of play, a lot of possibilities, a lot of fun. And experimentation and just trying new things. This is the Crystal Grid Oracle. Get a few more keywords, ideas to think about for this weekend. What do people need to know for this weekend, next coming days? Lightbringer. Candle quartz, I was just talking about light and being dark in here. 28. Lightbringer. This is illuminating all the darkness, all the dark corners, things in your mind, negative thoughts, bringing light to the areas that maybe you've been shadowed over or you've been ignoring or hiding. Just open up and be more authentically you. Shine light on things that highlight things that you want to focus on. And this candle quartz, let's see. Okay, whoa. We have self-love. That's so funny because I was talking about that earlier. This is number 4, Cobalto Calcite. So yeah, self-love and taking care of yourself. Pretty self-explanatory. And this is Solutions, Hypersthene 27. So maybe whatever happens this weekend brings about some solutions for you to whatever it is you're working on, or within your relationship, or whatever problem or issue that you're dealing with right now. solutions, focusing on self-love and illuminating dark areas of your life or mind or your heart, things that have been shadowed over. Just really focusing on that bright light, that sort of, I don't know how to explain it. Just focusing on positivity, I think, and seeing what solutions can come about by just really, maybe again, shining light on things that have been ignoring, or maybe there's some solutions there. Maybe you just need to look a little bit closer, not be scared of those things, be scared to bring up a conversation, topic of conversation, or just be you. Let's see what this says. This is faith. Right. And this is the Enchanted Spell Oracle. Faith is angelic messages, trust, and surrender. Okay, it's Lily Candidum. The sweet, heady fragrance of lily has long been associated with visitations from the angels and is very similar to the uplifting perfume of the exotic yin yang. In medicine, it is used for the calming and astringent properties and to reduce inflammation. On a metaphysical level, lilies have been associated with a pure heart again, and a return of joy after a period of sadness. The use of lily oil in the body is said to purify the soul. Symbolism of the card. The Faith card depicts the Priestess of Faith as an angel, a heavenly messenger holding a white lily and a golden ball. Although she is kneeling to display her humility, her gold-tipped wings are shimmering, and the strident energy of the sun is very strong. The Priestess of Faith brings glad tidings and the promise of happiness after a period of sorrow. Above her, the illuminated text reads, "And the angel said unto her, Thou shalt give birth to the Son." In this case, the sun represents a new project or positive life change, and I also feel like that talks a lot about Lightbringer. The divination is this Priestess of Faith is here to let you know that you will just have to trust the angels, that everything is going to work out for the best. Think of this card as an angel messenger delivering guidance from a higher source. This message from above is winding its way to you and is sure to illuminate your life like a little ray of sunshine. Again, illumination, helping you make the best decision possible. This card signifies that it is time to surrender to a higher power, to let go and let God. As for a spell, you can treat yourself to a large bunch of lilies whenever you want to be open to messages from the angels. Place them in fresh water in your favorite vase in a room where you can enjoy them often. Light a white candle and place it in front of the lilies, affirming that everything will work out in a wonderful way. Great, Faith. And we do one more. From the Enchanted Map Oracle, I see a lot of people using this deck. See if there's any further messages. Stormfields just fell out. So maybe you're facing a storm, you've come through a storm. Trusting angels, your higher source, to bring you through. Maybe there's a lot happening this weekend and you just need to rely and let go. Well, what I was talking about earlier was spark. You know, someone or just doing a paintbrush stroke that sparks something in you and now you know how to proceed. Or someone brings you a tidbit of information or advice that sparks something for you. And here she's playing the violin. You know, Albert Einstein used to say that, like, whenever he was stumped with a problem, in what he was working on, he would take a break and go play the violin, and something about the violin loosens up the mind and would allow thoughts and epiphanies to come to him. And maybe it's just refocusing on something else that you enjoy or enlivens you or brings about, maybe you have a method that brings about epiphanies for you, or you're stumped or trying to work through something creatively, or maybe it's just putting on music. It looks like as she plays, there's all these like little hearts that are coming off of what she's doing. So spark and talisman is on the bottom. Something a little bit special, something to carry with you, a reminder where you're going, where you've been, what you're doing, what makes you happy. Let's just read spark, because Stormfields I think is pretty self-explanatory, and we've gotten it a lot before. You are a clear channel for divine creativity. Well, since we're talking about the 5th house and creativity, that really, really makes sense. Upright, there's a spark of creativity in you, and you have energy, reason, you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn into a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. So yeah, watching something grow, seeing where it takes off and what it turns into. It wasn't reversed, so I won't read the reverse side, but I think you get the idea. Stormfields and spark. Even though, this I think is supposed to look a little bit like, treacherous or something along those lines, there's something so calming about rain and after a storm, and just the atmosphere. It's not so humid. There's just like a cool breeze. There's, it sparks flowers. Rain brings flowers, things like that. I mean, I don't know if I'm making sense, but there's something about storms that I really like. Maybe it's just finding, the hidden, illuminating things, finding the hidden blessings and things. Self-love, solutions, light bringer. They're all really great cards for you. And I just feel like, yeah, you're going to be really, really creative this weekend, and maybe finding a new something that really sparks your interest, that gets you moving in a new direction. It's the thing that you've been waiting for, the thing that you need to really have something take off and point you in the right direction. You've been a little bit lost. Maybe you need to get into that eye of the storm of, where there is calmness and you can kind of see and everything's moving around you, but you are centered and that kind of thing. So, all right, well, I hope that this was helpful or encouraging or something along those lines, that you got something from it. Just keep an open mind, like I keep saying, and the cards said, see how this works out for you and what might happen in the next few days. So feel free to comment and let me know if anything does happen that speaks to this reading, or just enjoy your weekend. So thanks for watching. Definitely keep coming back, as I might do readings from time to time or make new playlists, but I am uploading my art and just staying connected. So I hope that this finds you well and that you've been doing really great. And yeah, have a great weekend. Bye.